Hey, today we are talking about 4 different credit repair strategies that you want to leave in the dust. Now, this video is about things that you don't want to do, but if you want to find out what you should do to increase your credit score as well as increase your probability of results, as well as how fast you get them, then you're going to want to check out the links in the description for the Bulletproof Strategy series, okay? If this is something that you just don't want to do, and we will get to those 4 things that you want to leave in the dust in just a moment, but if this is something that you don't want to do yourself, and maybe you were just checking out a couple of videos before you decided, use the link in the description to schedule a call with me at my740.com and see if this is something that I can help you faster than you would get your own results. All right, so let's move on and talk about number 1. Okay, number 1 is actually really simple. I did a video about it back in 2019, okay? This is how fast these things change, and actually changed 3 months after I did this video, but address removal. There's so many people that have been asking me lately, hey, does the whole address removal thing still work? Should I be changing my address or try to remove my address first before trying to remove that account? And the answer is no. What you're going to do is you're going to waste 30, 45, 60 days trying to get something off that's just not going to be possible, because what Experian and TransUnion and Equifax are going to come back and say is, hey, no, this has a geographical code attached to it, and we're not going to remove it. We're not going to remove it. So now you just went and you wasted all that time, and it's a waste. Hello. Okay. So this is the reason why it used to work. You used to be able to dispute an address, and regardless of whether it was attached to a negative or positive account, okay, it was totally irrelevant. You'd be able to remove that address, and then when you disputed that account, there would be no geographical code. There was nothing that they can link it to or verify, and now you'd be able to easily remove that account. Unfortunately, like I said, things change so much in this industry that it's just not a feasible solution or tactic or strategy to use to remove negative items, okay? Now, like I said, I do show you how to actually remove, literally, except for child support, any negative item that you could possibly have on your credit report, but there's a very specific way that you need to go about it, okay? Certain things you have to say and do and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to find more about that, go down into the description, all right? But moving on to number 2, online disputes. I will be the first person to say yes. Online disputes used to work 10 and a half years ago when I was very first learning how to do this and what to do and what not to do and all that kind of stuff. I learned by doing the wrong thing, right? And at that time, online disputes really worked, right? Uploading stuff to Experian, using the TransUnion online system, Credit Karma, all that kind of stuff, right? But this is something that you do not want to do, and I didn't learn until after the fact that you're giving up a lot of your rights under Section 623 and Section 611 when you do these online disputes. Now, why do you think that they make it so easy and so convenient for you? Do you think it's because they want to help you? No, they don't want to help you, scam these creditors and, push things under the carpet so that you can go and get credit with other people, because, hello, creditors are their number 1 customer, not you, okay? Not you. It's the creditors who are purchasing your information, because the bureaus are in the business of obtaining, maintaining, and selling your data. Yours, mine, and everybody else's, okay? Scoreable consumers, okay? So keep that in the front of mind when you are disputing. But yes, online disputes used to work, and that was without even knowing that I was giving up rights and all that kind of stuff. So this is one of those things that you really just want to file away and not touch anymore, okay? And that also goes along with phone disputes, as well as using those stupid pieces of paper, those template things that the bureaus would send in the mail that you can fill out. You don't want to use those. You definitely don't want to use those, okay? But yes, I used to be able to get really great results without reinsertions and all of that, but then a lot of things changed, okay? So that was number 2. Number 3 is reaching out to the courts for bankruptcies. You see, a long time ago, there were other strategies that I used besides factual to remove negative items, right? Because this is all about learning from my failures. I only succeeded after I failed a fazillion times. You're not in business for 10 years getting such great results because you succeeded this whole time. No, it's because you failed and you had to learn from it, okay? And that was my specific personal path. I will talk about that in a different video. I have a couple of videos on that topic already, but anywho, I know these things because I used to do them at one point or another, and things were different back then. So I still have people coming to me saying, oh, well, I tried to dispute my bankruptcy, and I did so by first disputing or sending a letter to the court saying, hey, do you verify and blah, blah. I got a letter that says, no, they don't do any sort of verification, but TransUnion or Equifax or Experian are all, saying like, hey, this is verified, like we're not going to take it off. So what you have to realize is that number one, that's not the best tactic. Number two, you shouldn't be writing the courts because the bureaus do not care about that letter because they don't get the information directly from the courts. So asking the court for something that they don't provide anyways and that they're not going to provide, even if, whatever, it's not going to get you anywhere. And again, you're wasting time. And the longer you dispute, the harder it is to remove whatever it is that you're trying to remove. Okay, and you can learn more about that in yesterday's video where I kind of did it just like this. Okay. All right. The next thing that you want to do with bankruptcies is understand that even if they don't get something from the court, which they're not going to, they can try the county website. They can try LexisNexis. And even if you block LexisNexis, they can get it from Pacer. So there's all these different places, and there's even more out there that the bureaus can go to get this verification. But isn't it easier for them to just say that something is verified, to keep it on your credit report, because they make more money when your information is more expensive from having a lower score than if you had a 700, 750, 800, or 850 credit score, because now your information is not as valuable because it doesn't make the creditors more money, okay? Higher interest, more money, more expensive for the bureaus, okay? So just remember, they are not there to help you. They are not ever going to help you. And when it seems like they are helping you, they are helping themselves, okay? So what you need to do with a bankruptcy is, number one, go to my channel and use that little magnifying glass right under that main image that says fixing credit. And you can type in the word bankruptcy. And when you hit the word bankruptcy or type the word bankruptcy and hit, enter or whatever, it's going to give you all of my videos on the right way to remove bankruptcies. And everything that I have there is not only still valid and relevant, but it works. All right. It all has to do with factual information and finding the reason that account does not belong, because I never go after them and say, what was your method of verification and how did you verify and what did the bureau say and what did the creditor say and what did the collector say? I don't do any of that, because then I'm going to be running around in circles, and those circles are not going to get me anywhere. And I only do the things that where I know the outcome. I know that by disputing this and doing it consistently and persistently in a very specific order and manner is going to get me to X result. If I don't know that, or if I think I might fail at it, I'm not going to use that method or strategy, okay? So stop asking for that letter from the court, all right? It is a waste of your time. Now, the fourth one is, and I hear this all the time, and I do have a video where I said, hey, this works, and this was also back in like 2017 or 18 or 19, but trying to fool eOscar. We don't want to try to fool the system. We want to beat the system, and you beat the system by holding the bureaus accountable, because they're not exempt from violations and all that kind of stuff, okay? But the only way to do this is to continue with the process, all right? And you have to be able to get to the end, and then you're able to hold them accountable. But we're not talking about that right now. Right now, we're talking about trying to fool the system, and that is so outdated. Don't send dispute letters that have coffee grounds on them and staples and purple ink and folded, or, you poured something on it, waited it for, for it to like crinkle or whatever, and then put it in an envelope because it's gonna be harder to go through the scanner. Even when, whatever, it gets to a human, it's still gonna go through an eOscar. They're just manually going to choose the code that it best fits with, okay? So we're not trying to fool the system. We are trying to beat the system, and you beat the system by knowing how it works, how the process works, how to use factual disputes, exactly what should and should not report on an account, because then now with this knowledge, you can do the right thing to get that account off, okay? So again, this all goes back to the bulletproof strategy, the bulletproof formula, and knowing exactly what to say in your dispute letter. And I give you all of this. So having said that, these are the things that are going to help you be able to visualize and physically see exactly how the right dispute reason works, because it's not the letter that gets the results. It is the reason, okay? It is the words that explain why your account should or should not belong on your dispute. All right, now there's a million other tactics and all that kind of stuff that we could talk about, but the ones that I use with you guys and that works with my actual client is going to be factual disputes. All right, so that is it for today. Go down into the description, access those links, access those videos, click on another video that comes up. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss how to increase your score and how to, get different strategies to work for yourself, or tactics, or learn what factual disputes are to begin with. And like I said, if this is just something that you don't want to do, I am here to help you. Hopefully, I don't know. This is a one-to-one custom service that I offer, so I most definitely do not offer my service to everybody, all right? I only do it when I am confident that I can help you, okay? So if you actually want to see what is going on with your file and see the copies of the disputes and have everything disputed all at the same time in all three bureaus and custom factual disputes, and not use templates and not have things batch disputed and not dispute for 1 to 3 years, then go down into the description or very simply go to my740.com, schedule that call with me, and I will see if I can help. Today, we talked about the 4 outdated credit repair strategies that you want to avoid, and that is it. Have a great one, be safe, and I will see you later. Bye.